good evening. The Grand Rapids Economic Development Authority met here in December 14th for roughly our year-end meeting. We had a relatively beefy agenda where we took up a lot of important initiatives here for the community. Beyond approving the minutes and taking up a large summary of bills that are all relatable to our development projects, the EDA also accepted a Blandin Foundation grant in the name of our downtown development project. So we have been pursuing downtown reactivation for some time. That study work was supported by a number of people in the community who participated in a stakeholder sense. All of that work is continuing to the point now where we've moved forward to put an advisory council together to further inform the work, to go visit other like-type communities that have put downtown councils together to help activate their downtown. And so we accepted a grant from the Blandin Foundation for that work. That work will ensue throughout all of 2024 with reports coming back to the EDA. The work really says what's important downtown for our downtown council, how should it be governed, who might participate over the longer haul on that, and what's its reporting obligations in a sense, if you will, to the EDA and to the community. We're very excited about that work. We think it's a big part of the reactivation of the downtown. We also, in a related matter, retained economic development services contract for that work from corporation and individuals that have been working with us right along. That contract had a value of $62,500. And Janet King will be leading that effort. That's again relatable to the downtown economic development effort that we have been pursuing for the last year and a half or more. Lastly, we spent a considerable amount of time on our annual work plan, both reviewing and highlighting all the successes in 2023, and there were many for the Grand Rapids EDA, ranging from L&M to housing to the downtown plan that I just mentioned, and many, many other things. In addition to that, beyond going over our annual list of projects and endeavors and initiatives, we brainstormed things that we felt were important for 2024 and beyond. Some of those will be carryovers from 2023 as we work ongoing with Highway 35 in terms of that job opportunity, follow up with respect to L&M, of course, the downtown, but also important matters like housing, workforce development, daycare, the sort of secondary programming within the GREDA itself to help businesses work through many of their regulatory challenges, grants and loans for that type of work. Beyond all of that, being mindful of healthcare and its important role here in the community. And lastly, but not least, the transition of Boswell Energy Center and how we're going to work through and how we could and might support through economic development, an orderly transition around all of that. So that work was brainstormed tonight. Rob and his team are going to get back to the board here in January with the broader list of the brainstorming ideas that we produced tonight. We'll ultimately rank order those and produce a 2024 work plan. That work plan will have a short-term focus, it'll have a medium-term focus, and it'll have a long-term focus. And when we talk about short-term, it might be things within the next year that we think we are able to take on. When we talk about long-term, like a Highway 2 development, or redevelopment, there's also a short-term component of the transportation initiative in the downtown area, but there's a longer-term component of making a 4-lane context a reality between here and Duluth. That, of course, is a longer-term endeavor, 10 years or later, greater out there. So we try to work in short, medium, and long-term when we work our plan. We'll also be sort of highlighting that in January when we take up the plan again, not only what is on the plan, but the time frame for each of those goals to achieve it. We were very pleased with the work of Rob and his team from an EDA perspective in 2023, and so noted that. Rob provided updates on L&M and on Highway 35, and that work continues right now. There'll likely be a closing tomorrow on the L&M project, and hopefully that'll get rolling in earnest through the winter months and into spring. And Highway 35 continues to make investments in the old Ainsworth building, and so the dream of finally reactivating the Ainsworth building after a long-term idling is right on the horizon there, and we're very excited about all of that. The EDA will meet again sometime late this year or early next year and continue its work. That was our business for the end of the year here on December 14th for the Grand Rapids EDA. Thank you.